What's up, YouTube Nerf land, and are you ready for flip? Let's review the flip series. Alright guys, so we want to go into this one fresh with an open mind and an open heart, because while Hasbro certainly hasn't done us any favors over the course of the last 2 years, I think that it's pretty evident that the current design team is returning to its roots in some ways. It's very clear that Hasbro wants nothing to do with performance or quality products these days, so at least they can do the thing that they've always done pretty well, which is give us those sweet, sweet gimmicks. So reviewing this from the perspective of, you know, you're just a kid who wants a goofy blaster and has a $20 budget. This is the 20 United States dollars. Realistically, it's $21 at Target. Elite 2.0 Flip Shot. Flip 8. Now, the Elite 2.0 line was certainly a big departure from Elite. Elite strictly being an upgrade from N-Strike. Elite 2.0 was a strict downgrade from Elite in that, you know, performance and quality of product went down in a lot of ways. The solvent welding and the use of less paint and features, and frankly, a lot of different features, was very disappointing, but it seems like they're turning over a new leaf. They've gone full gimmick. And so here we have what appears to be a 4-dart Smart AR blaster of sorts with a flipping barrel action. So the gimmick here is that, like almost like a giant bop it, this is gonna flip from one barrel to another, allowing you to reload very quickly with onboard ammo storage. Now, you know, we had the rough cut, which is about the same price point, and just holds 8 darts all facing forward in a strictly performance sort of perspective and package. But this is a fun gimmick on that, to turn that literally on its side and see what's going on there. Now, it only comes with enough darts to load the blaster once. They are Elite darts though, so you should be bending them anyway and buying superior ammo while you're at Target. It says pull back to flip barrels and then pull down to prime. I'm not entirely sure if I agree with that. It seems like while you definitely need more leverage to perform the flipping of a large piece of plastic mechanism like that, and maybe it'll change when I get it in my hand, it seems like the top prime is the more obvious muscle memory for like a recon, retaliator, any slide sort of blaster for the kind of cocking mechanism, so to speak, particularly as it kind of aligns with real Steel World. And the pull down thing could have been saved or reserved for the gimmick, which in this case is flipping the barrels. At least that's how the original secret shot would have been in my mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and free it from the package. I do want to say that I applaud the use of eco-friendly packaging, and in particular, I think it's kind of funny that they're using this cardboard strap to hold the blaster in that mirrors the. It's like it's in disguise. It is just realistically covering the flip shot, so it's trying to, you know, be a picture of the thing that's behind it. So when you pull that down, you can see that pretty clearly. We've got one more to pop off here, and I can actually see something to complement the blaster on right off the. Whoa, it's heavy. I mean, like, obviously it's a hand cannon, right? It's huge. The grip is quite comfortable, and that's what I wanted to compliment them on. I like this flip logo in here. I like the pseudo grip. I like the finger grooves. I actually don't mind the trigger well. But what the heck? Is that the trigger pull? Right? Why was the trigger pull so bad? It's like my trigger was locked until I rotated the barrel for some reason. Okay, so I guess what I'm getting at is I like to think that I'm in decent shape. I'm sure I'm very scrawny compared to most of you guys, but it's a heavy, very front heavy because of how this mechanism works. And again, like, there are merits to this. If you look here, the logo flips when you flip. The logo is of course symmetrical, so the gimmick stands firm, right? This Elite logo looks the same forwards and backwards, and then when you push it forward, just the logo itself goes back and lines up. I like that this is in axis, no matter what. Like, you can't misalign it. Whenever the blaster is slide forward, you have an actual, like, parallel to bore Elite logo there. I don't like that on the other side, there's of course no paint to speak of. There are screw ports, so hopefully this is solvent weld absent, and you could get into it if you were so inclined to modify it. However, just a funky blaster. Of course, you don't want to get your fingers pinched or in the way of this mechanism, as the rotation, putting all of this Smart AR in here, has like a lot of room in the back. So realistically, your plunger How does this work? Your plunger is down here, right? This is your air source. And then I assume we're sending the air through the side into this Smart AR system somehow. But while this side rotates with that logo, the other side does not. And it's a fun gimmick. I mean, it's definitely funky. It's the kind of thing that if you enjoy surprise reloads, then you might be into. We've got eco-friendly dart packaging. I think that you can only load. Yeah, you can't reach the back end to load. So you're gonna have to load the front end first. That's what I was talking about. You have to be holding the grip or you're gonna impact the rotation mechanism with your hand. So we'll load it like this. Of course, being a Smart AR blaster, the first shot's gonna be strong and then the follow-up shot should be less strong. I imagine there's actually plenty of dead space given how I imagine this thing works on the inside, but let's fire it off a few times. It's like a click noise inside every time I fire. Huh. Ooh, you can't pull the trigger if this is back. Has to be forward to engage some. It is a tube. It is a tube through here. All right, it's neat. It's a neat little novel, funky, quirky design, but that explains the, I just went to do it. I just went to prime the blaster, and obviously I would not have. So that's a good question. Can the darts fly out if you... No, the darts have a pretty good fit. I think that the rotational energy isn't, forward enough that you can snap them out of there. All right, we'll take it outside. We'll put it over the chronograph. We'll give you our final thoughts. All right, so we're outside to flip it off while Hasbro flips us. The joke doesn't work. The joke doesn't carry over quite right. But let's put a few darts over the chronograph, then a few downrange, and see what we're left with. So 68, 67, 59, and 60. So a very predictable walk down in power as we kind of go through the Smart AR system with the, as I'm assuming, have to be significant amounts of dead space here. So as we do that, we can flip really quickly to reload, and that is a very crisp action. That might be the nicest thing I have to say about this, and we'll get you some real world range tests here. That dart caught the wind just right for a 40-foot shot. Closer to 30. Again, curved down. And that one was closer to 40, so about 30 to 40 feet shots flat, in line with our, 60 to 70 FPS expectations. Overall, the blaster is a little unwieldy, a little funky, but not bad. If you're in the market for a quick reload gimmick, my one upsettedness, I guess, is that you have to go all the way forward. You can't prime and be like, I'm out of ammo. Or was I the whole time? Because then you have to, I don't know. The crisper that action is, the more you feel like you're coming out of Tombstone or something. Of course, the answer, or the question that we all have to ask is, with a relatively comfortable grip, a tight trigger well, and an incredibly front-heavy blaster, it is not spinnable. No, it is not. All right, so that is our review of the Flip 8 for $20. You get a big old gimmick pistol. If that's worth it for you, then I think that this one's an okay pickup. It'll obviously go on sale as time goes on, and I think that it's a much better pickup at a lower price. However, I think that this one is okay because it does exactly what it set out to do, as silly as that thing may or may not be. Much love, Blast on Drac out.